Hey guys, from MudMowers today. We're doing a Suburban update. It's not a very good one. Enjoy. Okay, so we're looking at the Suburban now. I got the front grille assembly all on. I got new housings and lenses. This is a low kind of grille piece that's removable, and it was all faded, so I got that clear coated. Looks a lot better now, and you can even hop inside. Still need to put this dash assembly together. But I got the HIDs in. That's the low beam. That's the high beam. And the one on the low beam now. I wanted to do bi-neon, which is, these are, they're both HIDs. This is the low and this is the high. But with the bi-neon, both lows are on, and then you switch it to high, and the whole lens, the whole light bulb moves, which makes it to the high beam, so it's shining up a little bit more. But I didn't get the right one, so just stick for those for now. I probably can hook it up so when you're on the high beam, both lights come on. Just if the solenoid somewhere. But now I've got problems with the oil, and I'll show you why. Down here's the AC Delco filter I've turned into, and here's the filter, and you can already see it's just full of shavings, right? So this is the filtered side, which is pretty much spotless. That's good at least. But you see it's full of metallic little shavings. And these I kind of tried, and you can kind of tell, there's all kinds of random stuff up here. There's whatever that stuff was was in the oil too. But I had some pretty big shavings of aluminum in there too. Kind of round, little bits of round pieces, like almost like a rod bearing or something like that. So basically that means we've got to find the hood. Where's the hood latch? We've got this engine has about 5 hours-ish on it, I'd say. I put 5 hours on it, I saw it had some shavings, I just changed it. It probably has like 10 minutes on this oil already. There's a new filter down there too. You can't really see much, but this thing right up here is the oil pan. You see the bottom of it, it's got an X in it. And it goes up there a little ways. When I bought this, I took off the oil pan after hearing it had a rod knock. And I actually had to take the suspension, I had to take the differential. I think it's got like a piece over here to remove that, to drop it down to get the oil pan out. But with this lift kit, I shouldn't have to. So I'm going to take those bolts out, drain the oil, and see what we have happening inside. Because it's probably not supposed to have shavings in it. On the driver's side of the oil pan, I'm going to get ready to drain it into this so I can try to reuse the oil. And you can see it's a little bit wet, like the drive shaft differential is a little bit wet. It's because that thing literally just spills right on this cross member. Because this cross member isn't stock. But I think I just let it drip on that. It can't do too much. It just have to make sure I collect it all. Because I mean, you can still see it's got all of those little droplets on it still. So, wish me luck. I've also replaced, those are the oil cooler lines. I got new oil cooler lines, and I got new fittings, because you can't buy just the seal that goes in those fittings. You have to buy that whole little adapter. So I got those, and it doesn't leak up there anymore, so that's good. So we got the rod or the main bearing caps off. This is a rod cap. Sorry for that glare in the middle. That's not too bad. I mean, it shouldn't look like that in the first place, but as you can see, these ones, they really catch your fingernail. So these are the first three caps. They have them labeled. So this is the oil filter, which I opened up. It had a lot of stuff like in each section. This was just some of it I wiped out. A lot of shavings and all of that black stuff, which I'm going to assume was contaminants left in the oil galleries somewhere. And then the block wasn't cleaned enough, even though I sent it off to get cleaned. And when I put new oil on it and ran it, it pushed all of this stuff, which caused these bearings to get scratches in them. But there's really not much I can do now besides just put it back together and see what it will have left. I got the oil pan in the little baffle shield there, but this is the oil that came out of it. Like, I put oil in it, I drove it for probably 5 minutes, and that's what came out of it. So there's definitely not something cleaned about it. On a good note, you can see that I got my grill back in. I got my new headlight houses. Okay, so we're underneath the Suburban now. There's the big old transmission. So I got the oil adapter sitting off to the side. I have had to take off part of the exhaust. I had to disconnect it on both sides so I could pull it down like that enough to get the oil pan to slide out between this. And I also had to jack the transmission up, or the engine and transmission, which means taking out the engine bolts. If this piece wasn't here, which is the add-on with the suspension lift, it would have came out. But before, without the suspension lift, I had to loosen up the differential because the oil pan was here in the differential, so it doesn't work both ways, whichever way you do it. So now you can also see the starters off to the side too. There's the flex plate. You can see I've got, let's see, it's number 7 rod, I believe, off. You can see it looks actually pretty good. I put my finger up there. I'm not hit anything big or noticeable. And those even, these are the main bearings now. That's 1, 2's right there. So it's got a few marks on it, but it's not too bad. But honestly, there shouldn't be any of that. But that's what happens when you got stuff left in your engine and it's not cleaned out enough. So I'm probably going to take this blue gasket off, the oil pan gasket off, clean it up a little bit, and put it back in there. And then it's going to be fun putting all of this stuff back up on there. But I got it all off, so I should be able to get it all on. Hopefully this will be the last time I'm back down. Actually, looking into the engine components down here, you can also see I've got the oil pump off too because the pickup was in the way. But yeah, that's the Suburban update for now. I should be getting the bearings and whatnot put back in, and just hopefully keeping an eye on the oil, what it looks like, making sure I get anything flushed out of it that I can. It was kind of unfortunate that what I believe is the contaminants left from the engine last time didn't get cleaned out good enough, and they're still left in there. But yeah, it happens. It's a learning experience, I guess. You can also see I got a new fuel filter on there too. So I got the link in here. I got the hood put on it. You can see I got some red stripes on it, which kind of match ones on the roof, and then I got it painted gloss black. And on the bumper I got these LEDs which were mounted up here, but they got hit when the hood closes, which it isn't closed all the way. It can close more than that. So just cut holes and mounted them. They're just temporary. I kind of want to make some new bumpers for this thing. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've done with the town car so far. You can also see that I put a new fan clutch on because that one was bad. Got new plug wires and spray painted them. It goes a lot faster now, trust me. There's a few other things I could put a new fan belt on too. And I did get in rocker valve cover gaskets, but they're a pain to put on, so I'm just gonna keep them off for now. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video of MudMowers. Stay tuned for more.